The basic chemistry of glass has remained unchanged for thousands of years. Silica and lime are amongst the most plentiful found on Earth, and we are not going to run out of these materials, on top of which they're recyclable. Glass of all kinds, including the flat panes that we refer to as float glass, is really just at the beginning of its space age ride. Okay, let's go to New York. Let's go window shopping at the Fifth Avenue Apple Store. This is an aesthetically pleasing glass structure, but it's much more important than just its looks. The original version of this storefront cost more than $6 million to build and consisted of 90 panels to make up the 10-metre cube. While the current version, at another $6 million plus, thank you very much, has just 15 panels. So what, you say? Notice, there is no steel and no timber in the frame. Steel is only used as a fastener or joiner. The glass is actually the structural member here, not just the aesthetic feature. Notice the steps too. No steel, no timber, only in the fasteners. Pound for pound, glass is actually much stronger than concrete and as hard as steel. Each of these panels is about 10 metres long by 3 metres wide. That's about twice the size of the largest panel that can be fabricated in Australia. Apple architects went to Germany for the largest available panels for round one, but they went to China for the mammoth panels that they found for round two. Theoretically, you could produce a panel of glass as tall as the Eureka Tower if you could handle it and get it to site. Just suppose we could manufacture, transport and install a panel of that size. Just like a fountain of water, of course it's going to fall down unable to support its own weight. But that's not where the story ends. Glass tech is moving very fast now. When we think of transport, communications, thousands of years, all the same. Now in the last few generations, amazing innovations. We always feel like we're on the edge of technical revolution. For glass, it's only the beginning of the tech journey. For thousands of years, we've been limited by the size of the panels that we could use. It was only 65 years ago that Pilkington developed the float glass process. That enabled the large panels that we see at the Apple Store today. What are we going to have in the next few generations? NASA and other space agencies have been conducting tests on glass for several years, in the shuttles, in the space station, and in vacuum laboratories on Earth. Inevitably, space technology ends up back on Earth in practical products, like Velcro. A glass product is the key component to the heat shield for space vehicles entering Earth's atmosphere. Re-entry temperatures reach 3000 degrees Fahrenheit. That's hot enough to melt all rocks and most metals. So, what might these technologies mean for controlling temperature, heat transfer, and structural integrity in our modern conservatories? Space experiments are being conducted that will affect steel, glass and other kinds of production. Honeycombs and nanotubes will be much lighter and far stronger. Scientists speculate that materials may be not just twice as strong, but perhaps hundreds of times stronger than present manufacturing techniques allow. Back here at home, far more is possible right now than most people allow themselves to imagine. If you prefer a traditional style, there are plenty of options for panel size and characteristic available in Australia for virtually any design. If your tastes lean to the modern or futuristic, then the Apple Store in New York has broken the mould, and you can now consider possibilities in your home that have never been available before. And that's just the beginning.